Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there's a special message for you. So thank you so much for being here and joining me today with your beautiful energy. So today is the 4th of May 2022. May the 4th be with you if you are Star Wars fans. I was a Star Wars fan really with the games, which were on, now I'm showing my age, on the PlayStation. So yeah. And then when I started to get into the ethos of the good and the light, the good and the dark side, the Sith and the Jedi, it's all a very beautiful mythology, which I think is really nice to investigate if you're into that anyway. But obviously there are some people that really don't like Star Wars, so I am down with that too. But yes, indeed, May the 4th 2022, we've got a nice transit that's happening today. Mars in Pisces sextiling Uranus in Taurus, so there may be a strong urge for you to want to realize your creative potential today, to put forward something, like to offer your creative ideas to help the less fortunate, and also to make a valiant move towards helping others. So anything that's going to really help you to help others, even just a move in like where you're encouraging people to just believe in themselves, just that little bit of encouragement. Something that kind of tells you or tells them that they're heading in the right direction. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. A beautiful, beautiful thing. So, yeah, indulge in that today. Any impetus or any kind of motivation that you have to help others today, yeah, that's probably why that's happening, if you feel more inclined to do that than normal. Anyway, I'm reading today with the Everyday Tarot, and I will be clarifying with the Archetypes cards. So let's get into today's reading. Yeah, I think I said that correctly. Dear Spirit, what messages would you like us to receive? What messages would you like the collective to receive? Today is Wednesday, the day of Mercury, so communication is paramount today as well. I definitely find that this stone, even though it's I've put it in where the heart chakra is, I really find that this is, well, actually no, this is throat chakra. So yeah, this is perfect. Throat chakra today. This is a beautiful sea green fluorite. I love that color. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, that's a nice stone to work with today. Wow. Okay, so we've got Temperance. We've also got the Six of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Interesting, because we had the Nine of Swords reversed yesterday. Five of Swords. Five of Pentacles. The Lovers reversed. The Eight of Wands. And we had the Eight of Wands the right way up yesterday. So we've got a little bit of contradictions going on from yesterday. But let's see what this is saying in its whole. Wow. Lovers reversed, Hierophant reversed, Temperance right way up. Three major arcanas. Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, two fives, 8 and a 9. This is definitely a lesson, Empress. Beautiful Empress. Yeah, this is a lesson. A learning. And it's been a tough lesson to learn. I almost get the sense that a choice was made, and it's that thing where it wasn't the correct choice. It's really interesting with this, like here it's a mountain, but because of the simplicity of the drawing, almost it looks like a deficit, it looks like a crack. In shamanism, we have something called soul loss. Sorry, my hands are really dry. Yeah, we have something called soul loss, and in that, basically, as you know, everybody on the planet has these deficits, and we lose parts of ourselves when we basically incur some sort of trauma. And yeah, this is about, I don't think that you've recovered this piece yet, but and it happens automatically. Like, obviously, well, not obviously, but in shamanism, you can go to a shamanic practitioner and you can get some kind of soul retrieval where you get those hidden parts of you back, or those lost parts of your soul back. But in respect to here, I'm seeing that it's almost like you've just found it out. Like, it's almost that you've understood that there's a situation, there's a continual cycle that you keep on doing again and again and again, and you've actually you've admitted defeat about the situation. Interesting how the whole day it's been really dismal, and just now the sun comes out. Brilliant, beautiful. So then the Hierophant is you understanding that you need to do something a different way. But not only that, it's also telling me that you did do something a different way, because particularly with this key here, you did something to unlock the gate. You did something. It's almost like you've there's and it feels to me with this Temperance, it's like it's finally got you back in balance. This Temperance card is amazing. I love this tarot. So you've got this like water, but then it's going up to the crown. So it's almost like you've had to temper your emotions and swim upwards, which has been the work. And now you've got to this place of equanimity and peace, it feels like, because it's this amalgamation of the male and female energies. It's almost like you're a king or a queen of your energies. You are ruling your energies, not your energies ruling you, you know. In Buddhist philosophy, there's a lot of there's a really beautiful picture of the monk's journey, and it's about him being with an elephant, and the elephant is the mind. It's this basically this monk that's going on this journey that's like this. Sorry, I was going up this way because I'm facing this way, but it goes upwards and then towards enlightenment or realization or liberation. And as it's going on, at the beginning you see the elephant, and the elephant is being ruled. The elephant is ruling the monk, and the monk is going crazy because the monk is trying to kind of temper it. But then as time goes on, you see the progressions of how, because you can't just go from 0 to 100. You can't just go from you know, not enlightened to completely enlightened. It takes stages, you know, and this is representative of that. I feel this is representative of that stage of you being able to temper your own emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, and your desires. Powerful reading today. And yeah, you've also realized that there was this imbalance. I almost feel that this is codependent relationships. Realizing that that's not you anymore. You're not going to go for that anymore. You know, that almost that is either broken because you have taken these steps, or, and by the way, there was a sense of you wanting this to be over before, or like for it to happen quicker than it did, but it took its time. But then whereas like with the Six of Pentacles, I'm just feeling that, you know, either you have reestablished the balance, and I think you have done that already, but then also the imbalance was the catalyst and the driver in you being able to take this journey. Whew. I wasn't expecting that. That was really intense. That is really intense. Yeah, there's liberation here, I feel. And with this Empress card, I'm scared. Yeah. Oh no! Right. Okay. Okay. I said I was scared because I was like, what's going to come in underneath this Empress? It's going to be something like that completely contradicts the reading, but no. A little bit of self-doubt creeping in there. Yeah. So, King of Cups. Okay. Yeah. I think you would. I think there was a sense of not being. There was a sense of not being in control of yourself, not knowing yourself. It's still causing you a bit of grief. It's still causing you stuff. You're still worrying about it, losing sleep about it. It's almost like I get a sense of like, why didn't I know this? Why didn't I understand this earlier? Why didn't I? If I only knew this now, what could I do next? Listen, right? It's okay. It's all part of the journey. You are loved. This is your journey, and this is what you need, and this is what was meant to be, and you've become a beautiful person because of it. And even if this is not you, this might be a situation around what's going on. It might be like somebody that you know that's doing some shadow work. This is shadow work. This is shadow work. You may not even be aware of it as well. That's the interesting thing. You may not be aware of it. You may be thinking, there's not, something's not going on. Like something like, that something's not, what are you doing? You're just plodding through the steps. But you're doing some magic here. You're doing some real work. This Temperance is purely magic. Yeah, I definitely see soul loss here because I'm trying to like think of what else the lovers could be. Yeah, and it was a choice. It was almost like maybe you made the choice to be in a relationship or something like that. Maybe it was past relationships. And when I'm not just talking about intimate relationships, I'm talking about relationships all across the board. Friendships, intimate relationships, partners, romantic, platonic, colleagues, at work, wherever, even down to the way that you interact with Joe Bloggs on the street or whoever on the street. It's really important, you can instantly tell, or I can anyway, that how certain personalities their deficit in their own emotional self is yearning for some external validation in the relationships that they keep, even down to like somebody talking to the guy at the coffee shop or whatever, and it's that necessity, that need, and there's a recognition here, a beautiful recognition. I think there's almost a lesson here as well to tell me that you've got everything you need. You don't need to look outside of yourself. And you're mourning that. You're almost there. You're mourning that. But I think the sooner that you realize that you're not on your own, because we go from the 4 to the 5, they're both reversed. So this is a release. This is almost like a welcoming of you back into the fold, of you allowing yourself to be loved. God. Deep. So deep. Oh my God. Just want to give you a big hug. Just want to give you a big hug if you will accept it. But I'm sending you a virtual hug. I'm sending you like all the metta, which is the loving kindness and compassion that we show in Buddhism. I'm sending that to you, and I'm sending you all that beautiful energy if you choose to accept it. You are loved. You matter. You are cared for. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. You are loved. Mediator. I thought it said meditator. I was going to be like, what? mediator. So a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. Shadow attribute, negotiating with an ulterior motive, hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Sometimes we compromise ourselves more than we should. And that's also part of this deficit that takes place. Lack of boundaries. Eternal child, it was reversed. The inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others, codependency, see, I said that. And others for physical security, determination and light attributes, determination to remain young in body, mind and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Something that just came to mind just now was these cards are not going to play ball, are they? I'm going to have to put these in a nice arrangement. Something that came to mind is that when I read a book called Homecoming by John Bradshaw, which totally changed my life for that time, because I believe that certain books, certain things don't come to you unless they, there's a time. You may buy a book and it sits on your shelf for ages, but then it won't be until a certain time when you actually pick it up and you start to read it. And in it, he describes about how children, how adults with emotional problems, codependency issues, all of these issues that are all in fashion right now, things that we know about right now, with attachment styles and all stuff like that. That is to do with unhealed trauma that is in our childhood. So therefore, when we are older, we are actually a child, or the injured child within an adult's body. And he uses examples of dictators, and also people that, when we look back on like big figures, like say, for example, Hitler, if you look at his, at the trauma that he underwent when he was a child, it's easy to see that he was just reenacting his, or in my opinion, he was acting his trauma from his childhood. He just wanted to be loved, and it's crazy. It doesn't mean that it's right. It just means that we've got this really hurt child that's acting and has the power of an adult now. So the implications are even worse. So yeah, this is that. I think that's what that's talking about. So just remembering that, we grow, but we still, there was a really interesting picture of grief I saw. It was like a ball inside somebody's body, and then the body just grew bigger, but the ball stayed the same size. So in that respect, it's almost like the influence that we can have on that. It like the grief won't change. Whatever the trauma was, the trauma can't change, but we can change it. We can transmute it and make it something gold. And this is what is happening here. This is real trauma healing that's going on here. All I want to do is I just want to take your hands and look into your eyes and just say to you that this is okay. And the universe has got you. My higher self has got you. Because obviously my physical self can't do that because it's telling you this now and it's all 3D anyway. Yeah, so like my higher self has got you. And not only that, what's even more important, you got yourself. You've got yourself. What a triumph here. And take it easy on your mind. Take it easy. Please practice some self-care. Just take some time to do daily gratitude, daily love for yourself. Talk to your inner child. A really useful exercise with inner child work is maybe having a conversation with yourself, with your inner child self. So what you can do is you can take some time to think about a memory, or think about yourself as that child, as that child self. So for example, maybe when you were 5 or something like that, where you feel like, and this is shadow work, so just to FYI here, if you need more help on this, give me a shout in the comments and I can do another video on it actually. But yeah, basically going into yourself in the respect of finding out where there's a certain memory that is attached to a time in your life. Maybe something happened when you were 5 years old. Maybe start with something that isn't too deep, and then maybe there's a really quite prominent memory of something, and then when you go back to that, just maybe feel it within your body, and also just kind of surround yourself in protection. Actually, I'm not going to go into it actually because it's quite a deep exercise, and I'll probably do a separate video on it because it's actually quite deep shadow work. But what I am trying to say is that if you can even write, it's basically writing a letter to yourself in your non-dominant hand, and when you do that from the self, the part of yourself which is this young child. I would advise that if you were going to do that, that you place you really surround yourself in a space where the current you, how old you are now, however old that may be, is in a space where it can communicate directly with that younger child part of self, and that younger child knows that it's safe to come out and talk. You can do this in a visualization meditation. There are lots of different ways of doing it. But yeah, I would say just take some care in working with that inner child. But that's a start. If anything, read Homecoming by John Bradshaw. Read it. You need another person to go through the exercises with it, and I've done both. So, and I highly recommend going through with someone. So yeah. But on that note, just take it slowly. If anything, just journal. Just journal. Get your thoughts out before you go to bed, and just try and work things out in that respect. My loves, I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was a really deep one. I wasn't expecting that to pop out, but it seems like the themes want to exercise themselves today, and Spirit has this message for you. Please take care of yourselves. I'm sending you all the love in the world, and I'll speak to you really soon. Take care, my darlings, and may the fourth be with you. Take care. Bye.